All right, hi guys. Welcome back to part two. Sorry, I was watching the timer and then I got sidetracked. Funding is so exciting to talk about, and I got sidetracked, so I kind of ended the recording right there, and I really don't know where it left off. So if I repeat a few things, I apologize in advance. So your school secretary will have this information regarding your funding. Again, make friends with your school finance secretary. It will go a long, long ways. Keep track. Keep in mind that the amount that you have is for the entire year of spending. I know I've heard stories of teachers, new teachers who have gotten this funding and they think that that's amount is what they have for fall semester, and then when they got to spring semester, they were all out of money. So you've got to make sure that you're planning for your coursework and your spending, that you're using that money throughout the entire year, that you're balancing for both fall and spring semester. We've got some other presentations coming up that are going to go over if you have money left over at the end, how do you spend it, what to spend this money on, and again, you can use this funding to get supplies for your labs. You can use this for equipment in your room. Some districts have different guidelines on how you can spend it. You should be having a training, which I apologize, new teacher trainings. You're going to be in like new teacher trainings for like the next 2 weeks. That's just the way it is. We like to train out all the new people. You'll get training from your district. Just recognize that there are some questions you should be asking when you get that district training. When will I be getting my budget? What does it look like? Are there rules, guidelines, expectations that I should follow with spending this money that I have? Some districts have you fill out purchase orders, and some districts give their teachers purchasing cards. So that you don't have to fill out a purchase order. If you go into a store and you find a great deal, you can purchase it with your purchasing card. So again, talk with your school counselor, talk with your district coordinators to find out how your funding works and how you get to spend that budget at your school. Kind of shifting gears once again, resources that are available to you as you are preparing for your curriculum. Obviously, the Utah State Board of Education website. This is a really great resource for you. I've got some links on here that I want to kind of go through really quickly. You've got, first of all, this takes you, www.schools.utah.gov is going to take you to the Utah State Board of Education website. Let's go ahead and go there really quick. They've got our coronavirus resources here. You can kind of flip through and see some of the information that the Utah State Board is wanting to get out to us. They've got some resources on here and so forth as you scroll down that you can use to help in whatever way you need. Maybe you've got questions about educator licensing. Maybe you're doing, maybe you're not fresh out of college, but you are an ARL student. Alternative route to licensure. Here, lots of resources here for you. If you click on this link, departments and programs, they've been changing the state office website up a lot lately, and so I struggle finding our program here. If you come to Career and Technical Education, it takes you to the Career and Technical Education page. I haven't yet figured out where from here to find actually the Family Consumer Science, but there is some interesting information. Oh, look, that number is up. 163,000 students take CTE courses. So that's up from the number that I quoted earlier in part one. Going back to our presentation here, if it were me, I would just bookmark this link right here. www.schools.utah.gov/CTE. So that's the site that we were just on. If you backslash again and put the FACS in there, it takes you to the state site for Family and Consumer Sciences. I would just bookmark this address right now. If you don't know how to do it, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can click on this little star right here, and this bookmarks the page for you. Or you can just drag the little lock right down to your bookmark bar. bookmark this page. I cannot say that enough. You will come back to this page over and over and over again all semester long. Bookmark this page, okay? This page has all kinds of resources on it for you. Here is our CTE areas of study. This is the same flyer that I showed you previously, and my computer's thinking about bringing it up for us, so we're not gonna, oh, here we go. Oh, I didn't show you this one. This is just showing the different areas of categories of CTE. It really kind of shows you some good statistics here. You'll notice Family Consumer Sciences, the number of skills certificates that were passed out. FACS totally rocks the world here. We pass out nearly 16,000 more than our closest CTE counterpart. So way to go, Family Consumer Sciences. Kind of just some interesting statistics there. Really, this is where you really want to be looking. We've got more scholarship and award information right here. The listserv, we're going to come back to this one in just a moment. Course information. This is a big one for you. You need to know this. This is where you get your standard updates. Okay, so if you're going to come here, all of the Family Consumer Science classes are listed here. So let's say you're teaching Food and Nutrition 1. You can click on that and it opens up the strands and the standards for this class. This is where you get the strands and standards. Don't get them from the filing cabinet. Don't get them from other places, because this is going to be your updated information. If you're pulling them out of the filing cabinet, it's going to be an outdated copy. You don't know. So if you're getting it from the State Board of Education website, you know you've got the right things. So make sure that you are knowing where you're at with this website. We're going to come back to the main cover page here. Professional organizations are listed here. Consent forms, so if you're teaching a course that needs like the sex ed parental consent form, that's going to be on here. Here's the information about our career pathways, which we previously have talked about. Skills certification, if you are teaching one of those 9th through 12th grade classes and you have that skills certification, this is going to become an important resource for you. So, going back to our presentation. Bookmark this bottom one. This will take you to the USBE page, but this one takes you to the Family Consumer Science one, which is really the resource that you need to know. Okay. Next, the filing cabinet. This filing cabinet that I'm about to show you is the most beautiful thing you will ever see. Okay. As I have done my graduate work and so forth, I have had teachers from all over the country tell me how lucky I am that I live in Utah and I have access to this, because it really will, the resources that are available here are incredible. This is the site right here, and you can access it from the page that we were just on. I've put the link right here just so that you can see it and type it out. Bookmark this. I'm telling you right now, just bookmark it. It will make your life a lot easier. This listserv right here is going to be very helpful for you to be on. If you are a CCA teacher, this is the list you want to be on. If you want to be on the Family Consumer Science list, this is the one that you want to be on. Go ahead and click on it. Just follow the directions and it will get you put onto that listserv. Going back to our presentation here, here's the link to the filing cabinet. This is the link in the presentation, but I typed it out right here so that you would be able to access it. Once again, this is on that Family Consumer Science State Board of Education website page, but we've got the link right here as well. This filing cabinet is a beautiful, beautiful thing. All of these different resources for the different subjects that we teach in Utah. So UEN, the Utah Education Network, we come here, we can see previous conference. Let's say I'm teaching the food and nutrition course. I'll probably use that as my prime example every time just because I know it the best. I open this up and it's like a filing cabinet drawer just full of resources. Here are the standards. Now my guess is that these are probably pretty accurate, but again, they're probably not the standards I want to go off of. Get your standards from the State Board of Education website. I can open these up and then it lists through. Here's the standards, again, get them from the State Board of Education website. Performance documentation sheets for the skills certification, disclosure ideas, resources, serve safe information, and then it's organized strand by strand. So depending on, maybe you want a recipe that goes with this first strand. Here are several different recipes, different quizzes, different web resources, different activities to identify foodborne illnesses. There's all kinds of resources here. You'll want to kind of keep the idea that you're getting the idea here. You might need to update it so that it is actually current to the strands that you need to be teaching so that your students can be successful when it comes time for that skills certification. Lots of different resources here. Take advantage of the filing cabinet. Look here before you send out an email on the listserv asking for resources. So that's kind of just a common courtesy. Research for a minute before you send out an email, because a lot of times you'll just get responses from teachers saying, look in the filing cabinet. I've posted that in the filing cabinet. So kind of just keep that in mind. Going back to our presentation here, I'm not going to be doing three videos here. We're going to get this done in half an hour. We've got about 2 minutes before this session will time out. There are 3 questions here that I'm assuming need to respond to. Based upon the previous video and this video, you should be able to tell the difference between a career cluster and a career pathway. Again, make sure that you're identifying what your district has available for the students you'll be teaching. Question number 2, how do you know how much money is in your annual budget? Who could you ask to find those questions out? And question number 3, are there any resources that are available to help you prepare lesson plans or to identify the standards that you need to teach? If so, where can you find those resources? Guys, I'm sure that you have questions, and I should have said this at the beginning of the presentations. If you have questions, make sure you're writing them down so that when we meet together again at the different sessions during this day of training, that you can ask those questions. I might have glossed over something that one of our other training people here can answer more fully or better than I did. So please, if you have questions, make sure that you're letting us know. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys again in a little bit.